Hey, what's happening, gamers? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Multiversus. This is the final season. There's no going back, but make sure you guys turn on those notifications by switching all notifications on. And we're going to look at the new season pass, and I think microtransactions are gone, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Luckily, I did get the weird Joker skin before you couldn't pay money anymore or something, but... I don't know. I mean, I should have some, like, I don't even know. I don't know what they were thinking. So many mistakes they made. If you want to check out my video, I posted a video today about the death of Multiversus. From a perspective of marketing, not so much as like a FGC player or a person on Reddit. Like from an actual common sense opinion about marketing and the game industry and things like that. So, they made a lot of mistakes with this game, as well as incorporating characters that no one wanted and didn't sell. It was like watching Disney Infinity fall apart all over again. Except faster! Hello, people. Let's see the new season pass. I especially love how people are saying that it's so weird to me seeing folks rush to the aid of a corporation over a person that worked at the corporation. That's a weird take for me. People are like, well, Reddit says this. It's like, as soon as you brought Reddit up, you're immediately discredited. But anyway, we have Aquaman. There he is. The Season 5 free Battle Pass. Oh, free! Dead game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they announced. This doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you say the game is ending in May? Well, now you've probably killed the game off before March. It's like, unless it's going to take you till May to unlock all these characters. I don't know.
Well, here's what I think about people saying that it's somebody else's fault, not WB. Imagine I'm evil WB. I buy somebody's amazing game with my big paycheck and my wallet. Now, I decided to include all these characters just so that people at Twitter aren't mad at me, even though nobody wants to see them, and the game starts plummeting. Am I going to take credit and say, oh, I did the wrong thing and I apologize for ruining this nice person's game that I bought? Or could I blame the developer and say it's their fault? Start rumors about them with all my employees, and then they'll write crap about him on Reddit. I'm going to take option 2 since I'm evil, so that I don't have to take credit for the game that I destroyed.
Alright. So, Aquaman is the character that's free, so you do have to go through the Battle Pass in order to unlock... Where's the meowing happening from? Oh, that's because we reprimanded. So we got Aquaman. You got this Bootylicious thing no one cares about.
Yep.
You got an emote, Sludge Slam, meh. Scooby Snacks, teasing Scooby-Doo, but of course you'll never get Scooby. Toast. A Jake thing. More Gleamium that doesn't matter anymore. Tongue Out Taz. Yep. You've got Banana Guard PJs. Wow, continue to pour salt in the wound from the Banana Guard. There you go. Banana Guard. You've got a Baller Legacy pick. There you go. You have Sugar and Spice and everything nice. XP doesn't matter anymore. Got Powerpuff Girls. Sunshine Squad? I don't know what this is, actually. I don't know what the Sunshine Squad is. I must have missed that episode. Got Shaggy doing whatever. Don't care for this. Don't care for that.
No, but...
You have a Date Night Taz? What happened to his tux?
The creator wasn't even in charge of the game after he got bought by WB.
As far as we know.
WB is like calling all the shots, so I mean...
I never trust Reddit posts, though. Like... Aw, it's Betty Buy time.
I mean, you really think if somebody buys your company, you're still going to be in charge of who gets how your game works? They're in charge.
Apparently, if you complete daily and weekly missions, you'll now get Gleamium until it's over. Yeah, that's stupid. So, you can't do microtransactions anymore. You got Betty Bye, Jason, more Gleamium. They're doing a lot more Gleamium now. Morty's Mind Blowers. Okay.
Yeah.
Rain Dog. We're doing Battle Pass right now.
I understand. Oh, I'm not answering anything else.
And all for me. That's a nice little picture. And you've got Western Morty. There you go. You've got blah, 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 blah. That's actually a fun emote. In vain. Okay. Some of this. Trident. The thing is, I actually had fighter coins, so why can't I just unlock both characters? I still have fighter coins left. Aquaman's
Only 30 seconds left.
Announcer pack. Toon Squad Lola Bunny is a variant. Okay. All aboard. I don't know what that is. Gleamium. A mouse tent. Joker emote. Toon Squad banner thingy. Okay. P currency. This. Marceline Vampire Queen. What is that? Ring out? I don't know what that is. Ooh, that's very nice. That's a cool looking Batman thing. You've got Fancy Gremlin with a pipe. Okay. Superman. Gleamium. DC Bombshell Superman? People wanted 1940s Superman, not Bombshell. They wanted the Fisher Superman, the 40s reels. The 40s thing. They didn't want Bombshell. This is again, like, DC is so tone deaf. Like, people wanted the animated skin of Superman from that 1940s cartoon. And what do they give you? They give you 1940s Superman, but from the DC Bombshells line. Why? Staff of Understanding.
Yeah, the one that we didn't want.
Yeah, why would they do this? It's like... Whatever.
This doesn't even look like something anyone would want.
No, who's gonna...
Why wouldn't they put the one Superman from the black and white films?
It wasn't black and white films. I was saying the Superman from the 40s cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I'm sorry. Yeah, or that one.
Hi, Johnny. Thanks for being a member for the past 7 months. Even though you're not, like, active with viewership, you're still supporting the channel, so thank you for staying a member.
Being a member helps also. I mean, if you... For anyone who loses track of the channel, remember, just turn on your notifications.
What was my top most wanted characters that I wanted in this game? Daffy Duck. I wanted probably a Green Lantern.
No.
And I wanted, like, either Ben 10 or some type of, like, Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter rep would have been nice.
Yeah, I mean, any of either Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart or even Jessica Cruz would be cool as a Green Lantern. I think Jon Stewart would have been great in here.
Yep.
John or Hal, I would have, and then you could have added a girl Green Lantern.
That's a cool picture right there.
Oh, looks awesome.
It does look awesome. So we've got Season 5 thingy here. Yeah, you got that. So they gave us... You got Robot Killer Samurai Jack. That's interesting. Shazam thingy.
Well, I feel like this lasted longer than cartoon. That one Cartoon Network game.
Punch Time Explosion?
Nickelodeon All-Star.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl still hasn't released the last of its DLC. We're still waiting for Uncle Ivo or whatever his name is. Yeah, they haven't released him yet. Tundra Tussle Shaggy. Fish Finder. Gleamium.
Straight from the deep.
Okay, that's kind of funny. All right, so we got an Aquaman emote. Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Boy, one more time.
That's cool.
That is a great, yeah.
Well-armed tentacle thing.
Honestly, like more Looney Tunes banners. That would have been great.
Old Arthur.
Old Man or Aquaman. Oh man, there's so many skins for Aquaman you could do.
No, they're
do
not.
Jason Momoa Aquaman. You could do Aqualad. Well, of course, Aqualad wouldn't have the same body build as Aquaman.
Yep, of course founders aren't going to get refunds. I don't know why people thought, like, we paid for the founders pass 2 years ago. There's no way they're going to refund that. Where's Lola Bunny, though? Like, why Old Man Aqua? Like, they could have...
Yeah, and we just... So... Yeah, so somebody had a question, like, is it normal to feel sad?
That's where you get Lola now.
Oh, Valentine looking cute. So it's a Valentine's Day thing.
Yep.
From my perspective, I've been literally crying because the game is dying. I am feeling... I feel so sad. You have no idea. I've already, like, mourned the game for, like, 2 days. I can't take it anymore because I had to watch this happen to Disney Infinity. We had to watch this happen to Battle for the Grid. And I'm really I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and, like, I'm really getting upset with hearing people say that this game wasn't good ever and that it never was any good, which I think is completely false. This game is amazing.
Do you see how they're always trying to sell Nubia, though? Nobody buys her.
I think this game is amazing, and I think there was some problems. Like, yeah, like, I think people didn't know. I think as personally, like, I think Nubia looks super cute. I love her dress. I love her spear move. I love the spear. I think she looks super pretty. You know, I enjoyed playing with her, but, you know, I love spears, and I didn't really know the character until I had to look her up. But another character that, like, for instance, there were certain characters I didn't know very well. Like, I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I didn't really play as that character. But also, like, Banana Guard was the #1 character that people said they wished was not added in the game. I saw in our video. That was the #1 character, because besides Nubia, besides, you know, other characters they didn't know very well. Well, like,
How in the world would you get New 52 Raven? You can't buy Gleamium anymore.
But it's like, Banana Guard, yeah, it's just like, why? And we were talking about that on our other video, like, instead of Banana Guard, they could have added Ice King, or they could have added another character in Adventure Time, or a lot of people were saying on our video, why not add any superhero character besides Banana Guard? Like, they, literally, every time they added a, you know, troll character, such as Banana Guard, they could have actually added an actual character people wanted to see. So that was stressful.
Okay, time. So, before you would pay microtransactions in order to get prestige points, so they threw in New 52 Raven, who has a pretty cool costume. And how in the world would you get the prestige in order to get her? They even put it on sale, but you can't buy anything. Loot boxes give you prestige for skins too? What loot boxes? I don't really get that.
Yeah, I would have preferred Princess Bubblegum than Banana Guard. Heck, I personally would have preferred Princess Bubblegum over Marceline. I don't know Marceline very well. I would have if I could have any girl character from Adventure Time, it would have been Flame Princess. She's my favorite. So even BMO, the weird like video game system, or that weird like Jake's girlfriend. I mean, you know, if I had to like add a character from Adventure Time, it probably would have been Ice King or Bubblegum Princess. I wouldn't have added Banana Guard. I think they made some poor decisions on who they added. Definitely. I think it's like with I was just thinking about it with Smash Brothers. They added the troll character Duck Hunt Dog. Let's be honest, that was a troll character. But then they really did add the character that people wanted afterwards, which was Banjo-Kazooie. Like, everyone wanted Banjo-Kazooie, and the shadow of Duck Hunt Dog looked like Banjo-Kazooie, Bird and Bear. And then when the shadow was revealed, it was Duck Hunt Dog, and everyone was angry because Sakurai was trolling everyone. So, like, a troll character such as Banana Guard, they should have also added a character that people really wanted. Of course, we did get Raven, but I think it was like too little too late. Like we just needed more characters. Like more Teen Titans characters, more Justice League characters, more classic WB characters such as Daffy.
But do you see what I'm talking about? Like, after Nubia came out, she's always been the first one on the store. No one is buying this character. They're always... And they never slashed the price on her either, really. Like, she's just right there. I never see any people playing as Nubia.
Yeah, Luke was making a point where, like, he was saying... What was that you were talking about with the... You said the day that, like, Raven came out, you said everyone you came across was a Raven player.
Everyone was a Raven player.
But the month that Nubia came out, we hardly saw anyone playing as Nubia.
The day I did my showcase, not only did it struggle to get views, but, like, when I played online as Nubia, I came across maybe one or two other Nubia players in a 3-hour time period.
Yeah,
when I did the Raven showcase, just about everyone and their mom was Raven. That I came across.
And I think what we were talking about on the other stream was that if you wanted a female who was a person of color, it probably would have been better to put Vixen in the game since people actually know who Vixen is. Like, it was like... And I get what they were doing. They were trying to push an unknown character, but because she was so unknown... and I get that she's an actual comic book character. I get that, but people are so unfamiliar with her. Like, people actually know who Vixen is because she was in the Justice League. She's been in Injustice. Like, there's so many... And also, like Luke was talking about how Vixen's moveset would actually be way easier to do than Beast Boy's if you're trying to animate it. Because you could just, like, have her, you know, attack people and then an animal, like a shadow of animal, goes and attacks them. Instead of Beast Boy, where he actually has to physically morph into other characters. That'd be way harder to animate. Like, that moveset.
Right, so we unlocked Aquaman. Let's unlock Lola.
So, yeah.
Unlock characters. Unlock fighters. Okay, so Lola is over here in the event section now. You can see right here. And Lola's free.
That's interesting, Huey. That's an interesting point. Nubia was made to save money because they really used the Wonder Woman model as a base.
Well, Nubia was never supposed to be her own character. She was going to be a skin for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I don't know how I feel what would be better if she was her own character or a skin. I just don't know which would be better. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that she isn't a skin of Wonder Woman because she's her own person, so it's just kind of... But then, because they, you know, like, pushing Nubia so hard in the game is kind of like... I don't know, it kind of reminds me of when I do a stream and then no one can see Luke's Batman stream that we're actually trying to push, and everyone can just see my lame stream that I did earlier in the day that got like 300 views, and that's the only thing that's being presented to my viewers. It's kind of like that. It's like, okay, I don't mind having... Not that I'm saying Nubia's lame, but I'm saying she's not as known. So it's like, I think they should have maybe not pushed her as hard, like right at the top there. Like, maybe somewhere in the middle or something, and then push, like, more things people really...
They're always pushing Nubia, Marceline, and, like, some of these other characters that didn't sell. Like, they're just always here.
Luke had a great idea. I mean, we should have had Vixen and Jessica Cruz. I think that would have been great. Because, you know, on Jessica Cruz Green Lantern, that would have been cool.
This was a stupid idea, too. Like, the Matrix crossover stuff. Instead of actually having the characters... What I would have done with the Matrix, okay? And I know why they did it. They were trying to budget, but... Like, not a lot of people bought these skins. Like, but if you actually made the characters, like Batman and Wonder Woman and all these other characters, wear the actual cosplay costumes of Neo and Trinity and Morpheus, and they were wearing the suits and the black stuff, then you could have, like, had it as Matrix DC Comics characters.
Yeah, like, they were actually, like, people that were, like, in the Yeah, exactly. Like,
for, like, Bugs Bunny
one of them is Morpheus,
DC characters.
One of them is Trinity, one of them is Neo. Like, they're actual characters from the movie.
Because nobody went out of their way to unlock any of this stuff here because it didn't matter. Like, I did get Batman.
Yeah, I think this is
Superman.
I think this is exactly what I was trying to say, but I couldn't put my finger on it. That's what I was thinking. Like that, the Matrix skins, the Day of the Dead skins, the Jason Voorhees mask skins, a lot of those skins,
the Jason Voorhees mask
a
thing
lot
was
of those
stupid.
skins were cop-out skins. Like, they did not take the time and energy to make each of those a detailed costume that people wanted. Also, Luke and I were talking about this and saying we really didn't like the, I didn't like, I don't know if Luke did, but I personally didn't like the magical, classroom skins.
Yeah.
Like, instead of taking so much time to make everyone look like a magical character, like a Harry Potter character, why not put an actual character from Harry Potter in the game? Snape, Hagrid, anyone you could get. Just get a character from the
Especially if they
movies.
can't use the popular ones, because at least then, you know, you have the Harry Potter fans that they love all the characters of Harry Potter, so then they would have probably played, even with, like, Harmony or whatever,
Yeah.
like Snape or Dumbledore.
You could have, I mean, I think, or Voldemort, I would have picked
Voldemort would have been, yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think it would be more likely that you would want to play as, like, I don't
Here's
know.
the thing. Most of the skins in this game sucked because no one was interested. But the actual holiday skins, like the Christmas skins, was a good idea. The sweaters and variants and, like, you know, the more holiday aesthetic, that worked. The Halloween thing this year where the characters were cosplaying as other fighters, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that was cute.
The summer gimmick was great. The other gimmicks were not great. Nobody cared for, like, the weird heart things. That looks stupid. You know, people want actual character themes or what the characters would wear. So when they were doing all this weird stuff, like the Day of the Dead thing, you know, they just draw on, like, the skull face, and for the most part, they gave them, like, a spooky outline. But when you got to the actual Harley Quinn Christmas one, like right here, that's an actual Christmas design.
Yeah, it's more deep.
She even has, like, the little elf ears.
There's more to it there.
The problem is most of this stuff, like, here you go. Demon Joker, Trigon possessed. All they did was basically color in the face, make it red, and add some extra eyes atop.
The only Trigon skin that looked good was Trigon Superman.
The Trigon Superman.
That was the only one. I feel like they shouldn't have done as many. Like, they did all, like, they thought it, like, it's like they forgot less is more. Like, they shouldn't have made so many garbage skins. Instead, they should have just focused on a few good ones. Like, why? You wouldn't have to make everyone have a Trigon skin. But I feel like that was part of their rift thing.
Not everyone had, like,
but a lot of
every
people.
theme would have at least 6 or 7 character skins for a certain character. Outside of the Jason one, where most of them had Jason masks. But the thing is, like, I understand why they did this. You know, because it was budget reasons, but no one is going to go out of their way to pay for this stuff because it's garbage. The reason why Marvel Rivals succeeds so well when it comes to selling microtransactions is because they were actually giving the consumer skins that they want based on real comic book characters.
Yeah.
The reason why Injustice 1 was more successful than Injustice 2 is because in Injustice 2, people had to build their own layout of getting parts from fighting, whereas in Injustice 1, you could actually buy a skin based on a actual DC comic story, like Red Sun or Flashpoint or Blackest Night Zombies, whatever. There was always something that you could, you know, get for your character.
Yeah.
And Fortnite is successful as well because they bring in characters that people actually want to play, as well as they give them variants that people want to pay for. Multiversus, for the most part, didn't do that. You had, when it was a Matrix time, you got the binary code. When it was Halloween, like I said, the cosplay stuff was good. There you have Steven Universe Shaggy. That was nice.
Yeah, that was kind of cute.
Occasionally, you would get an actual costume that Shaggy wore, like, over his past, like, 60 years in animation. Like these two right here. Winter Shaggy is from the 1970s Scooby-Doo. This is from Mystery Incorporated, you know? The Christmas sweater stuff was fine. This was Dr. Finn from an episode, so people bought that because they knew where that was from. But this stuff, like the kind of love thing, I mean, nobody really bought these.
I can't imagine anyone buying that because that almost looks like her exact. That looks very similar to her regular costume.
Look, even the costumes that I bought as a consumer, notice how most of them was just because the characters look different. Look at Garnet. There's a spring thing. There's a workout. There's beach. You know, there were when there was a theme that made the character look interesting, we picked it up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The ones that look very, like, just generic and not
Easter
hardly...
bugs from an actual animated movie or cartoon right there. And you got sweater bugs, Christmas bugs. That's adorable. It says Daffy Duck on it, which will enrage people because they kept teasing Daffy. But look at right here. You have Sherlock Holmes, Jerry, and Tom as Moriarty.
It's like actual thought was put into it.
Yeah, thought was put in. People paid for that stuff. I couldn't get everything because it was like, wow, that's actually, there's Summer, Tom and Jerry, you know.
I mean, taking a page from Fortnite where a lot of people just run around in that and emote. So it's like you're just wandering around in that and shooting people. There's not too much to the game. And then people pay tons of money for those skins.
But look at this. I mean, this is a actual comic book variant, but this is an ugly Harley Quinn skin. Nobody paid for this. Nobody wanted this.
That's what I was thinking. The first thing I...
Right. They should have, like, done Bombshell Harley, or they could have done, like, not Suicide Squad. They could have done Arkham Harley, you know?
Yeah,
made like a cute, like, TE-rated version of that skin or something like that. There were things they could have done that they just refused to. And they did. This is from 2022. Bloodlines Wonder Woman. Like, in 2022, most of the skins that actually came out for this game were actually based on things that the characters appeared in.
Yeah.
So that's why it was really weird for me, because I was excited when Multiversus came back. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to get, like, Keaton skins, which was rumored, which happened. And we're going to get, like, movie skins, or we're going to get
like,
comic book stuff.
This skin here represents what I thought the game was going to be like.
That's 2022.
Like, I thought all the skins were going to be like this, whereas this is an actual representation of an actual incarnation of her in the comics. That would be neat if most of the skins were like that.
But there you go. There's the Valentines thing again. Nobody got this stuff.
No, I wouldn't buy that because that's not even comic accurate.
Right. It's just random filler stuff that they're doing. And
yeah, that's exactly what you're correct.
Yeah, this
it's
kind of stuff.
Filler.
Yeah, this kind of filler basically created lull periods where people weren't interested in the game because there's nothing to really, you know.
That was the annoying thing is when they had the filler and then they would push the filler and they'd be like, oh, we have new stuff. Here it is. It's hearts on everyone. It's like, okay, well, nobody wants that.
There you go. There's an actual Scooby-Doo movie where Velma wears that. That's, you know, authentic.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Yeah,
But this right here you go. There's another weird one. Hypergalactic puppet.
Yes.
Who's going to pay for that?
Yes. This, like, oh my gosh, like, this kind of skin with just a purple over the character. Why would you pay extra to make the character worse than the original character model?
And these things would pop up in, like, the season pass. They would be in bundles that you could... And they would lock certain parts of the events, or not the events. What do you call those things? The rifts. They would lock certain parts of the rift that you would actually have to pay for or find some way of getting a few of these weird, you know, stupid skins so you could just play through the rifts so you could unlock actual good rewards. So they forced us to buy some of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look good.
No.
And
no,
then
it doesn't.
like, yeah, like, this looks terrible. Like,
it's just the Beetlejuice skin, but you basically turn them into not Human Torch.
Day of the Dead.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider.
They all have Ghost Rider hair.
The one with the one up there that you can see his feet with the glowing pink and in black. I did not like that.
Look at how ugly this is. This is Samurai Jack as Beetlejuice. Who would want this?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I don't think anyone has purchased this skin. I would be surprised if a single person has purchased this one.
Well, you could get it as part of a bundle. You would have to get some of these skins in order to complete the rifts. You had no choice. I had to get at least 2 or 3 Beetlejuice skins to complete the rift.
They have to think about like, if you're purchasing a skin of Samurai Jack, you're a fan of Samurai Jack. Why would you want Samurai Jack to look like that?
That was the stupidest thing. Shark Week. All they did is they took the characters and they stuck a shark on their head. So when we had Multiversus, when it came out 2 years ago, we got good skins. When it did happen, it didn't happen very often. And then when it came back, they packaged it with all these gimmicks that just made the game stupid.
Yeah, it was dumb. Thank you. Hi, Maddie. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. Unbelievable. Thank you, Maddie. A lot of characters should have been in the game and just playable. A simple skin would be free of charge, be able to choose stages and so forth.
Well, I mean, I disagree. I think that, these type of games, if they're going to be free to play, they have to have microtransactions. You have to pay for skins. But what I'm saying is, from a marketing standpoint, you want to give the consumer options that they're going to pay for. I'm not going to buy this. I was forced to buy some stuff for my showcases that I did not want to buy. All these here, this is just, there it is. That's basically Jason Voorhees Joker, like Amber was saying. All it is Jason Voorhees mask on Joker's face. $5.
I didn't like the Jason
or
Voorhees
Joker
stuff.
wearing a t-shirt. Or Joker with a cartoon outline. The Batman stuff, I'm based. So the Batman stuff was kind of funny because it was like characters are wearing Batman masks. That was funny. But for the most part, all this stuff was stupid. Joker with a shark on his head. Like, there are, just here, you could have had, let's put it this way, okay? Lonely Place of Dying Joker, okay? Arkham Joker. Yeah. You could have had Dark Knight Returns Joker. This one could have been Batman Brave and the Bold Joker. This one could have been Batman Beyond Joker. This one could have been Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah, the drone, those ones with the highlights on their thing, the circuit drone Shaggy, those were bad skins.
Well, of course, they're all bad.
Yeah. Thank you, Maddie, again. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting what you were saying, though. A lot of characters should have been in the game and just playable. Yeah, I think you were right about that, Maddie, because even in Marvel Rivals that we're doing, a lot of those characters you don't have to pay for. You could play them right out.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for the characters, you have to pay for the skins.
In this game, do you have to pay for every new character?
You have to pay for every character in this game.
So I agree with that, Maddie, that you should have had to be able to pay. I think you shouldn't have had to pay for every new character. A lot of the characters you should have just been able to play as. I agree. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No, it's okay, Phantom. I mean, Warner Brothers just continues to disappoint me. Over the past 10 years, they've just been a company of disappointment. They fumbled the Injustice franchise. They fumbled Arkham. They almost killed Arkham with the Suicide Squad. They sent most of their customers over to the Spider-Man game in 2018 because they didn't announce anything. They've been squandering their audience. They've had more flops than they've had successes in the past 10 years. And they're just a very frustrating company to deal with.
Well, think of it like this, like what Maddie was saying, being able to choose a few stages, a simple skin free of charge, and many of the characters should have just been playable. Like, that's how Smash Brothers is. Smash Brothers started you out with characters that you didn't have to pay per character for Smash Brothers.
There were season passes that you had to pay for additional characters.
Yeah, but you could just unlock characters without you.
That's Nintendo, though. Nintendo does very limited microtransactions.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, I can't think of any game other than Multiversus in which you had to pay per character. Like, it's insane.
See, I always thought that these gimmicks would give rise to actually having cool stuff in the Battle Pass. I think the problem with this game is, what happened was, I had faith that the gimmicks would lead to more stuff.
Yeah, I thought they were just leading us on to the next really good thing.
But when the battle passes came out, the season passes, they had nonsense like this in the season passes. Like, people didn't want to go through the season passes because you would unlock stupid skins.
That was one of the things that I keep seeing in the chat right now and in the comments section. I meant, like, very simple skins free. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Maddie. And then the more awesome skins you could get, like the really cool skins you could pay for, like they do in Multiversus, where the simpler skins are free, like the base skin is free and a few. Yeah, I didn't understand what you're saying, Maddie.
It's just it's frustrating because people wanted the Superman 40s cartoon for so long to be in the game. They wanted animated Superman, and they teased it, and people said it was leaked or it was data mined or whatever. We never got it. I was thinking for sure they're finally going to give it to us, and it's like, nope.
Oh, yeah, there was stuff that was supposed to come out for 10 seasons from our friend in the chat.
Mm-hmm, I know.
Oh, my God.
They had a very long thing, but the problem is, as I've told people before, and I went through this with Power Rangers, it's never a good idea when a company basically takes an independent developer and they bring them in-house. Because when you are working under a major corporation or a major, game studio like WB Games, everything that you were doing independently and on your own, you now have a committee of people telling you what to do, as well as executives. And when you're independent, you're given the license to go and do what you want to some extent. You have to follow their guidelines, but you have a lot more creative freedom. When you're actually in-house, you have a lot more restrictions, which is part of the reason why Arkham Knight was nowhere near as good as Arkham City. It's why the Suicide Squad was abysmal.
That's why that's why I like working with my husband, because I don't like someone breathing down my neck. Like, every time we've had like a manager work really closely with us for YouTube, they've like ruined our channel because they just keep giving us terrible ideas that we have to implement that we know are bad, and they end up ruining our channel. Whereas when we're just allowed to work on it on our own, we do fine. That's the same as like independent developers versus corporate, I feel like. When they're telling you every second, like, oh, have you added more costumes with hearts all over them? It's like, yeah, but nobody is buying that. It's like, oh, try pushing it to the top of the page. It's like, okay.
Well, the funny thing is, like, Camouflage is a perfect example. Like, Camouflage was a small game developer that worked with Facebook. Like, they actually work with Meta, the people who make the VR machine. They were licensed to make the Batman Arkham Shadow game. They were not, like, commissioned, like, through in-house like WB Games. So they're off in their studio over in Japan and other places making their game, and they don't have the constant, like, pestering of Warner Brothers, like, getting in their business, telling them to change this, make sure you incorporate that. They were able to have complete creative freedom after they agreed to work on that licensed game. And Suicide Squad was an in-house thing. Rocksteady basically was bled into WB Games. They had been for years. And Suicide Squad, which was a company game, a WB Games, Rocksteady, thing. And then Camouflage, which was a much better product, was handled by an independent studio that was just licensed to work for WB.
Like, some of the costumes they have are kind of cute, sort of. But it's like, to pay money and like to get all of them is just, it's a lot. Especially like if you're gonna buy the costume, it would have to be like, especially paying real money for each one. It's like it has to be something you really like you said, like the detective Tom and Jerry, or
do not go under there,
or pirate Tom and Jerry, like something very creative and fun. Like, you'd have to actually some reason to actually spend real money, not just, oh, let's put hearts on the character. It's like, okay, well, I don't know if I really want to pay for that.
I don't know what he was trying to do over there, sorry.
What were you trying to do, Link?
He was going underneath there. No, he's not under there now.
Well, I'm putting him in the basement.
Probably a good idea. Sorry, guys, our cat is misbehaving. So much potential squandered, but yeah, it's even right now they're showing a Lola Bunny skin that you'll never get. Like, it's the Valentines Lola thing because everybody has to have a Valentine's variant. But, I just hope that WB stops disappointing, but I don't think they will.
Like one of the things that people were saying on like the video you posted, and also like that I've heard people talk about on the streams, is like people didn't like basically what I mean. I don't know if I'm understanding this very well, but from what I understand, like for instance with the Jason Voorhees masks, to get through certain rifts you would have to have one of those masks.
Yes.
So
to play everything in the rift, yes.
So I feel like the idea of the rifts in general were. The whole idea of the rifts were like, you were playing through the rifts, and then you would get to a certain point halfway through the rift. And then it would be like, oh, well, you need a Jason Voorhees mask. So then you would, I understand sometimes they let you borrow a character or something, or use one. I don't know. But sometimes you had to pay for, sometimes then, oh, okay, I'm forced to buy. I don't like the idea. I think that's what people didn't like, and that's why they stopped playing the game. And people were talking about this, where they were forced to buy a character with a Jason Voorhees mask, even though they didn't want to buy that. They had to get through the rift. And that was frustrating. Like, I feel like games do better when it's like you're not forced to buy the skin. You want to buy it because it looks so cool. When you're like forced to buy it, you get frustrated, then you don't want to play the game anymore.
This is a good idea that they should have incorporated months ago. You can actually earn a character skin for completing the rift once you hit certain requirements. It's actually right down there, rewards. So that's a new skin for Nubia. That's a new skin for Raven. That's a bombshell skin for Harley. There's a legendary skin for Samurai Jack. This kind of stuff actually would have made people interested in playing the rifts.
I mean, my personal opinion, and I know it doesn't matter, but I mean, one thing I feel like nobody I've heard has talked about is like, okay, so WB thought the game underperformed, but like how much, like, is there any hope, like, because was there any hope they could have, you know, made some changes and then changed it for the better and then made the game perform better? Like, I feel like WB should have given the game more time. Like, I feel like it hasn't even really started yet. It's just starting to get some good characters.
No, it's been costing them money, and David Zaslav doesn't like, just like most of Rocksteady got gutted after the Suicide Squad and will continue, is because they expect results now. Like, their party is over. Like, the age of activism in gaming is dead. Like, BioWare is proof of this. They had half their company gutted. Like, they're gone. The only people that stuck around, or the people who were allowed to stick around, are actually competent people. All the incompetence in the game industry is being plucked out, which it should have been before.
Yeah, like, instead of, like... You know what would have been interesting? And I'm just thinking of this at the top of my head. Instead of, like, oh, I'm Finn, but I'm wearing a Batman t-shirt, like... How about, like, oh, well, this is just off the top of my head, but how about I'm Finn, but I'm, like, Blackest Night Finn, or something, like...
You have, like, DC variants for the Cartoon Network characters?
Something more creative than just, I'm wearing a shark hat, you know, or I'm wearing a Batman t-shirt, like, maybe something very creative, like a DC variant, like, I'm in the DC world, and I'm Finn in the DC universe, in the world of, you know, or I'm Green Lantern Finn, you know, or, you know what I mean? Like, what if they geared more towards, like, superhero versions of characters, or even wacky Looney Tunes versions of characters? Like, you could have opera Joker.
Did you see just there? Look, win the match with a Valentines character. So you would have to go get a Valentine's character in order to complete that reward.
And that's what people said that's one reason, like, people said they didn't like. I heard that in the comment section to a lot of things where people kept saying, I didn't like how I was forced to get, you know, even though it was only like $5, but you felt like you were being forced to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It probably would have been better if, like, I did like what Maddie was saying, where some of the stuff should have been free, and then you wanted to get the skins because they were so cool looking. Like, if they made skins that were so cool looking, you would want to get it. I mean, that's how it is in Fortnite, where you don't even have to, you can play that game whole free, but people just want to buy the skins because they look cool. You know? But it's hard to do that because it's like, I mean, for me, if I was making a game like this, I probably would do it exactly like this, where I would force people to buy a little skin, because $5 heart skin, because I would feel like, oh, how am I going to guarantee I'm going to get money here? That's the way they are guaranteeing it. You have to buy the skin.
Yeah, but you would have to, I mean, they also, you can see they changed the rewards. Before there was like 6 or 7 diamonds that would come down that you would have to grind for. So now there's only 2, it looks like. Or not even, now it's just like, complete the thing.
Something else you said, you said that they did the rifts fine originally, and then people on Twitter complained, and then they changed how the rifts were done, and then they weren't very good anymore.
How the rifts started, when the game came back in May of last year, the rifts actually let you unlock characters. I'm pretty sure we could unlock the Matrix guy.
Oh yeah, and we got another super chat. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie says Theonis, who designed and created characters, wanted to have a ton added already among the other things, but couldn't because of the head guy trying to get money.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Alright, thank you, Maddie.
Yeah, this game had so much potential that it was squandered. It's very depressing.
Guess it's time to fight.
That's very interesting.
It's always a shame when you have like all this potential and then you just kind of like
I came back from the reef for this.
let it fall to the wayside. I don't like this stuff. This is weird. Debuffs, bomb charge.
Alright, sorry I was talking through, so thank you for the super chat, Maddie. Really appreciate that. Yeah, they were gonna put in E.T., maybe Optimus.
Optimus.
Says our friend in the chat.
Optimus is a guest character? Because Optimus isn't owned by Warner Brothers.
Alright, JD says Kwings.
GoBots is owned by Warner Brothers.
I really wanted Freakazoid, Deathstroke, Scrappy-Doo, Fred, Jones, Daphne. Oh, you wanted more Scooby-Doo characters.
Zelda, what are you doing? Why are you both going under that same place? Go away.
Where is she?
Just trying to go underneath. Same place likewise.
I'm out.
I'm gonna have to check that spot and make sure there's no problem over there. I don't know why they're being so badly behaved. Whoops, I killed Aquaman.
Well, thank you.
That one
Thank
was
you again for the highlighted message and super chat, Maddie, and thank you guys all. I mean, somebody said, can I feel sad about this?
I would, yeah.
And I mean, I have felt very sad about it. It's devastating. Like, I felt very, I've already been like, I think I did cry. I felt very depressed for like a couple days. Like, you know what's really depressing is that the game is still here and we know it's dead. I mean, that's just hard. Like, I wish they would have told us 3 days before it died instead of months. Now we have to play it for months knowing it won't be around.
Mm-hmm.
It's disheartening.
It is. I'm gonna check underneath there, so you can play the next one. Just keep playing as Aquaman. All you have
Okay.
to do is win the match. You're good.
Well, I don't know what to do. I mean, if they...
Now they have this weird gimmick at the beginning, Amber. Oh, there's new 52 Aquaman. Look at that. How in the world do you unlock new 52 Aquaman? But how would you get new 52 Aquaman? They just showed him.
Yeah, I mean, like, another...
You have to pick something.
Oh.
You activate it with L2. There you go.
Okay.
It's a new gimmick.
Debuff. Every time you debuff.
It doesn't matter. Just there you go. Now you're fighting new 52 Aquaman. Look at how nice that skin looks.
Yeah. What was the Smash Brothers thing that they did that you was offline? I forgot. But there was that Smash Brothers thing that you could do offline and you didn't need to be online to do it. Would have been neat if there was something like that. I mean, there's so many ideas now, obviously. I just feel like I wasn't a good enough fan. I could have streamed it more or tried to support it more. I just feel devastated about it.
I surf the tide.
Whoops.
Get back here.
Okay, well, I'm not on mute. Do you want me to mute the microphone or? Oh, great. Sorry, guys. Am I even in here?
I'm just as strong on land.
Where am I? Oh, there. Am I playing with a human being or am I playing with a... Okay. I don't know what's happening because I was just given the control. I have no idea what's happening.
Just have to beat Aquaman. See, you win. Pretty easy.
Okay.
So they're showing off a new 52 Aquaman that you can't even get, ever. He's there. I'm sure somebody will hack these skins and, you know. But there was new 52 Aquaman. Ah.
I would have put in Princess Bubblegum, Ice King, Flame Princess Fiona, Alt Skin for Finn, and 3 more stages for Adventure Time, Ice King Cave, Flame Kingdom, Fiona's World from the series, says Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about that, Maddie. I agree. Ice King would have been great, and I also think Flame Princess. I think the pick of Banana Guard for the representation, the newest representation of the
Wouldn't be representation.
not representation, but
representative.
one of the reps for Adventure Time was Banana Guard. Like they should have done Ice King or Bubblegum Princess or Flame Princess, or anyone but Banana Guard. That's what I mean. Since it takes, I guess, so much time to put each new character in, they should have done a better pick than Banana Guard. And that's not me talking. I didn't even have that idea until I saw on Luke's video. So many people were saying, why did they do Banana Guard? There was a lot of people who said, once they put Banana Guard in this game, I stopped playing it. It's like, wow. So Banana Guard made people mad.
But do you see what I mean, though? All these weird variants, I didn't get.
A lot of that stuff, they would never get.
I only got the actual Joker skins. There's Joker Default, there's Laughing Death, there's Batman Who Laughs.
I wonder how many... I was just thinking to myself, I was saying last stream, when I take time to sit there and make a thumbnail for a series, and then we don't end up doing the series, I wasted all that time and energy making the thumbnail. It takes time to make art. I mean, even longer to actually draw the character out.
Guess it's time.
So people having to create all these skins for the game, the Day of the Dead skins, the Heart Valentines skins, everything. It's taking time and energy. If nobody buys them, then you're literally taking all this energy and time making these skins that you're wasting your time, because it takes time and energy to make those.
Yep, it's a big disappointment that they did that.
I just don't know. And also, somebody said near the beginning of the video something interesting about Disney Infinity. They said Disney Infinity always had great characters and it died, but that's not actually true, because towards the end of Disney Infinity's life cycle, they didn't have great characters. That was one of their problems.
The last year, they done screwed up Disney Infinity.
They made tons of copies of Ronan the Accuser, which nobody wanted to buy.
Disney pressured... we can tell people the story because we knew people at Avalanche, but basically Disney pressured Avalanche to incorporate characters from Star Wars Rebels and characters from the Avengers
Star
and characters
Wars
from
Rebels.
Guardians of the Galaxy. When the Guardians of the Galaxy, it was the first movie, so of course it wasn't going to be super popular.
Yeah, and they also had characters they didn't like. Nobody liked Yondu in the first movie.
Right, I was getting to that.
Sorry,
Guardians of the Galaxy was not a popular brand yet. It had just started. Mm-hmm. So they released all these toys to life for the Guardians of the Galaxy, and most people bought cool-looking ones like Star-Lord and kind of Drax and Gamora and Groot and things like that, but they didn't buy Yondu, they didn't buy Rowan the Accuser, and Hulk also did not sell very much. Wow. So they would add these characters because they were trying to do what Disney told them to, and it wasn't working out. Same thing with the Alice in Wonderland thing. The Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton thing, did not do the type of toy sales that they wanted, but they were pressured, Avalanche was pressured to incorporate the brand new Johnny Depp Mad Hatter or Alice in Wonderland thing, and those toys didn't sell because the kids thought they were creepy.
Yeah,
they didn't purchase them because Tim Burton was making something for adults.
Right.
But Avalanche was still pressured by the parent company Disney to incorporate elements of all the new stuff that was coming out that year, and they were expected to make them cool and to sell. And that's why most of the Star Wars Rebels characters that came out, didn't sell, like Ponytail Man
Yeah.
and the Mandalore chick, like all that stuff. The Ezra barely moved any copies.
Yeah, the characters from that Star Wars Rebels series, nobody wanted those characters.
No.
They should have just sold more characters from the original Star Wars trilogy and the prequels.
But if you think about this game, and in comparison to what happened with Disney Infinity, it's kind of the same thing. They had poor practices in the game. Disney Infinity incorporated a versus battle system that was nothing like Disney Infinity 2, which is what fans wanted. They did like a kind of Power Stone, like arena-based thing where the characters were small and running around in a big like fish tank.
It wasn't the same as the original versus thing. They
No,
did, where you could see the characters up close.
right. But they did this whole emphasis on like, okay, we're going to incorporate MCU characters in this cool fighting mode that nobody played. So that was one thing. And then they brought in characters that nobody wanted and parents did not buy. No one outside of adult collectors and people who were basically, you know, charging scabs or scammers or whatever they're called, the people who buy stuff and they mark it up in insane prices on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. They weren't really making a profit.
That's a great idea, Maddie. Yeah, that was just for the Adventure Time ideas. Exactly. More stages and Ice King and everything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, definitely, Luke. Yep.
Because Multiversus had characters in this that people didn't care about and they weren't going to spend money on, including their variants. And they also like didn't give people the stages they want. They didn't give them the modes they wanted. People were asking ever since the first round with this game in 2022, we want a cool story mode. So they gave us the rifts, but it was nowhere near as... And eventually, like by the time they got to Season 4, they started to cop out on the story of the rifts. They were like, we're not even going to write anymore. I noticed that too when I was covering some of the Season 4 rifts, like even last month in January. There was barely any written dialogue for the characters because they didn't care anymore. They're just like, eh... So, you know, they completely abandoned the whole single-player aspect of the game as well.
I think, I kind of agree. I think it was Huey or somebody else was saying, and that's what I thought too, like, with the game. I don't know if it was Huey or it was someone else in the chat was saying not all games, maybe not all games should be free to play. And I think, I don't know, it's my personal opinion, like, I've seen a lot of people say that maybe they should have made this game $20 or $60 with added, like then you would get some free skins with it, and then you could add skins you want. It was like, I remember Disney Dreamlight Valley was free to play at first, and then they kept delaying it and delaying it and delaying it until they realized that they couldn't possibly sell it. They couldn't.
I don't know what that means.
It will attempt and restart any
other... It will cost an attempt? What does that mean?
I have no idea.
You can't go back and play a rift that you just finished?
No idea. But, like, then Disney Dreamlight Valley, they had to go back and make their game $60, I think. Either $50 or $60.
Mm-hmm.
Because they realized that all the stuff they wanted to do with the game, they couldn't do it for free. It would be impossible. And like, maybe that's what, personally, I wish they would do that with Multiverse. I wish they would just be like, oh, okay, we're gonna go on hiatus, and now we're gonna come back, and it's gonna be a $60 game, or a $40 game, or $20. Because I feel like people would, they're pushing so hard for people to spend a little money in the rifts by buying those, dorky outfits. Maybe it would have been better if people would be willing to buy this game. Like, they'd be willing to, but I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't really like free-to-play stuff very much, though.
Like, I think...
Guess it's time to fight.
Yeah, it's hard. I think this game had a lot that it wanted to do, so I feel like it would be hard to make it a free-to-play game.
You get 5 tickets per day for rogue rifts? What does that mean, Gasser? Could somebody explain? Like, I don't know what that means. So I can send a shark after people?
Good job. Hey, you won.
Yay, you won! I can send a seahorse at people.
Well, Gamer25, the game made $1 billion. Disney Infinity is one of, like, it was made by a game company. The people were literally geniuses at Disney Interactive. You can't really, I mean, you can't really say that game wasn't good. And I wasn't even talking about it being good or not. I was using it as an example of what they did. So I never said it was good in this video.
We were just
I was
basically
using it as an example for another game company that made a mistake.
yeah, for how parent companies can
And
mess up products, mess up games.
That's what we do here is we talk about gaming. So if you don't want to talk about gaming, then you're in the wrong place.
Let's see, we got Melon Amigo. I don't even know what any of this is. Weird.
Once you spend the tickets to play the rifts, you can never go back unless you spend some more tickets. Okay.
Good job, Lou.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what OH is saying. I don't know. I'm just...
Hey, you won.
Interesting. But you can't complete stuff unless you... Wow.
Yeah, a lot of free-to-play games have been failing recently, says Huey. Well, I was playing that Palia game that was free-to-play on the Switch, and that, I don't know if that's still around, but I kind of lost interest in that. It's hard when you have a free-to-play game, but in reality, you know, nobody can continue something for free. Like, when you have a free-to-play game, the implication is that, you know, you will somehow get someone to spend something on it because, you know, obviously, you're gonna have to make money somehow.
Do we have any Valentines characters at all? Like, any? I probably never got any. I'm just seeing. We don't have one for Batman. We definitely don't have one for you. Don't have one for Shazam. Nope. Or not Shazam, sorry, Black Adam. We don't have one for Bugs, I don't believe. Did I get one for Bugs? Valentine's Bugs? Nope. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, characters that people were looking forward to, like I noticed on our video, characters that people really wanted to see in this game, whether they were being teased or not, was Ruby. People were really excited about that. And another character that I saw a lot of people talking about was Static Shock. I mean, I know they didn't say he was going to be in the game, but I mean, just there was so much fan requests for him. So I don't know. I mean, if I was good at making videos, which I'm not, I'd make a whole video about every character we'll never get to see in Marvel. Or darn it, Multiversus. It would be Static Shock, Ruby, you know, just a list of characters people were anticipating. Daffy Duck, you know. Well, we did get to see some cute characters, though. I mean, cute little Marvin the Martian is completely adorable.
I think Marvin and the Martian was in, like, the Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, but I don't know. So there's no way you would actually be able to unlock the character then, because you don't have,
Yeah, I agree, Charles Demers. The game had so much potential. You really could have sold this for $20 instead of free. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would have bought the game for even $40 or $60.
No, 29, maybe. 19 or 20, maybe $24.99. Yeah,
Especially
I've never did any of the...
if they gave you a pack of characters you'd start out with. Like, think about how they did Disney Speedstorm. They actually start you with a few characters in that. In Disney Speedstorm. You don't have to pay for every single one. And then they also have the like for Disney Speedstorm and for Zenless Zone Zero, you have your polls where you can pay for a possibility of getting a character.
Mm-hmm.
They do that on Disney Speedstorm, where you can pay like a few dollars, and then you get a poll, and then see what character you get, or you get a shard towards a character.
I never did any of the Valentine's stuff. So that means I can never do the Valentine's Rift.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so upsetting. Wait, did I? No! That's Cosmic Wonder Woman. Doggone it. This is upsetting. This is very upsetting.
Or they could make it $60 with an actual story mode and make playable DLC like Smash Bros, says Huey. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, ideally I would pay $60 for it. I don't know if anyone else would. Maybe they could have made it $20 for the base game, and if you want the story mode with it, pay another $40 or something. I don't know. There's a lot they could have done. I mean, ideally I agree with that, Huey, actually. I think in an ideal world, like that would be the most reasonable thing. I think like people wouldn't for some reason pay that, even though I think it would be worth it. They'd be paying more than that for the skins. Yeah, and the game got weirder when they added shields. Definitely, Huey. I would pay $20 or $30 for the game if it wasn't free to play. But all the characters would have to be free, says Red Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like... I don't know. Well, I'm distracting you from playing the game.
No, you're not distracting me at all.
Oh, you got the...
I have to.
The thing I don't like about the heart thingy is I don't like the hearts are moving on their clothes. Like, it kind of bothers me. Like, I wish the hearts would just stay put. Because it doesn't look normal. Like, when them moving, it just, like, kind of freaks me out. Like, because a real person wouldn't have hearts moving all over them. That's just my little nitpick there. Like, I don't think they needed to be moving.
Wait, they lock it again? Oh, wow.
Why?
Because they're jerks.
What do you mean lock it?
They locked it.
So you have to play that tomorrow?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. They don't even let you replay levels anymore. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's crazy. That's
Guess it's time to fight.
That's crazy.
This sword was crafted by the gods.
So if you are to go through the rifts to try to actually unlock the characters, you can't even use the new characters really, because you won't get the. Oh, never mind. It's just so many bad decisions. So many bad decisions. See, now it's like I get the 2 because I'm wearing the whatever it is. I'm wearing that specific character or something. So messed up. So messed up. So now, there might be a way to cheese it, but I don't think so. Like, auto-equip. Wow. You have to play that rift tomorrow. You're limited on how many times you can play it now. Ha! That's interesting, Huey.
Oh my gosh.
That's really, really interesting. Wow, 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 wow. I don't think I'll be playing it tomorrow, though. I'm just saying. It's not... It already feels like a dead game. I'd be curious to see how many people are online playing, actually.
Hey, you won.
You won, yay. And then you play... There you go. Auto-equip. Why would you be blocked? We can see your comment. I don't think you understand what blocked means. Blocked means people can't see you. Blocked means you can't comment. Blocked is the equivalent of what it's like being timed out. You can't do anything. Just because people don't respond to you means they just probably don't want to talk to you. It's usually how it works.
Good job, Blue.
Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Far longer than you'd suspect.
Okay. I still haven't unlocked whatever that treasure chest thing is. Oh.
What is the point of? Well, I mean, it's just like, I mean, I think people still want to play the game because they, they're gonna play some of it. I don't know if anyone else is gonna play it, but we are, gonna stream it. So that's what we do. We're gamers. We stream. We're DC fans and we're gamers, so we're gonna be playing it off and on.
I really don't understand what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. But you have to be Valentine's character in order to accomplish the rift or whatever it is. It's
Athena,
so weird.
guide my blade.
I don't even know what this whole like boost thing is, but now I have 5 hearts somehow magically on crushing difficulty. Okay,
Good job, Blue.
should probably have done crushing first. Oh, damn. We're gonna play as Lola Bunny next, guys. We already showed Aquaman, so after I do this rift, I'm gonna go into an older rift, like a Season 4 rift, where they won't charge me to play it or something. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand this at all. Explain it to me the way you would a child.
Yeah, I mean, well, someone said we're playing it like it's a eulogy. I mean, in a way,
It is. I mean,
we're
they announced that the
still-
game is dead.
I mean that, but we've played plenty of games that are dying over the years. I mean, not dying. This one is not dying. It's not like, oh, I feel like this game is not doing as well. That's not what it is. They said they're going. This game is a dead man walking. This game, they're going to cut it off in May.
Yep.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Yep.
You're in for it now.
What's interesting, I just was watching The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise today while I was sharing shorts and stuff like that. And it's like that's what they did. They were samurai. They had to keep doing what they always did, even though they were gonna die
Nothing.
doing it. And it's just like, well, that's what we do. We're gamers. This game is gonna die. We're just going out in a blaze of glory. We're just gonna play this until the game dies. And then go on to the next one.
We'll probably play it like maybe once a week. It depends. Like if people watch the streams, I don't mind
I mean,
playing it. But
that's no difference than any other. I mean, we play. This is not the only online-only game that we've played. I mean,
so I saw somebody in the chat basically said that because this game is going out now, DC Universe Online apparently is getting a graphical overhaul for like today's standards. So they're gonna try to breathe new life into Disney Universe or DC Universe Online.
Going dark.
And it's
yeah.
at this point they should just make a
They
new
should.
game, but DC Universe Online is still alive after all these years. They still haven't shut it off. That game has to be 10 years old at this point. I believe it started in 2010.
You won.
I really believed in this game, says Huey. I even bought the Founders Pass and the beta. It's sad to see the game die so quickly. I agree, Huey.
I'm gonna show different characters, Gamer. Don't worry about it. Gamer 25. Right now, I'm just trying to complete the Rift as Wonder Woman to see what happens when you complete it 100%, because there's all the stars I've got. You have to play as a Valentines character. This is the only Valentines character I'll ever get as Wonder Woman, because I like Wonder Woman.
You guys have to understand that we play all kinds of games on this channel, and like, we also play games that we'll never play again. Like we play, you know, we played that Marvel's Avengers game that was a live service, and we can't play that again because it was only online. We've played lots of games that are only online. This is no different. Except for this is more depressing because we really liked playing this.
Well, we can play it offline together, like whenever we want. Like that'll remain. You boot it up and you can play local play. So any skins we unlock, any stages, any of that stuff will always be ours.
I believed in this game too, Huey. I was, you know, I've already said, like, on another video, either yesterday or the day before, I just really, you know, seeing Marvel always get the really cool games, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Marvel Rivals, Marvel this, Marvel that, Marvel everything, and it's like, to actually see DC have a decently done game where I can see the character models clearly, the game looks great. You know, there's funny stuff. They actually made humor in the game. You've got Mojo Jojo here. You've got the Powerpuff Girls punching people. You have, Bugs Bunny being witty and sarcastic. I mean, they just did everything. There were so many things they did right that made it fun. Like, it really could have done so well.
Yep. Whoopsies.
And even though this game, they are cutting it off. I'm sorry to say this. I know someone was saying the opposite, but you know, I played the Ubisoft fighting game, and we played both.
What Ubisoft fighting?
There was that Ubisoft fighting game where you played as Chun-Li and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that game's still going on. What was it called again? It's a platform fighter, but I can't remember the name of it.
And then we played Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1 and 2.
Yep.
But I will have to say that out of all of those, the Ubisoft one and Nickelodeon and this one was the best one.
Yeah.
Because even though Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is still going on, this one was a better quality game. And that Ubisoft fighting game, the characters were so tiny you could not see them. It was not very quality. Like, what was great in this game, and I feel like, I don't know if they fixed, maybe it was like, I don't remember, but I remember I felt like someone actually listened to us, so you could actually see the characters in this game fighting close together. Their character models look really nice, and you know, it's just a very high quality. This is the best Smash clone that there's been.
We're gonna play as Lola now.
And the characters looked great, and they had really funny, like, they had, you know, there's another thing that went wrong in the game. The humor was great, and then what did they do after a while? They said that there was some of the humor ending screens were offensive, so they took them off. There's another problem with why the game closed down. They took out some of the humor of the game.
Ugh, they gave her a terrible Toon Squad outfit. They didn't give her the 90s one. Yikes. So they gave her classic... She goes from classic Lola Bunny from the 90s, and then she turns into 2020s Lola.
Yeah, I thought the 90s one was white and blue or something.
Yeah. No, I don't... See, this was from Season 4, so they still had some dialogue options. Alright, first time playing as Lola.
Guess it's time to fight.
Ooh, there's something wrong with my neck. Okay.
I mean, maybe someday they'll make a Multiversus 2 and change some of the stuff they did. I mean, they had a Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
She plays different than Bugs. She's more like a kung fu fighter. This is cool. It's got like kind of Chun-Li action going there a little bit. Cool. She might be better than Aquaman, actually. Bam. Okay, and up. Very nice.
Good job, Blue.
Surprise! He can't stop me that easy.
Okay, so she throws... She's basically a clone of LeBron James. Because she throws a basketball. Like he does. What else she do? Yep, she throws a basketball. I hate the shields. The shields was a stupid idea. Well, she has a heart stagger, like she has the same thing as Bugs. So Bugs, when he blows a kiss, he like causes you to like pause a little bit. Lola, when she has a big heart surround her, she staggers you so you can't move for a second.
You won.
Yeah, she has very cutesy moves. I like it. It's cute.
Mhm.
But I do wish they had her 90s. Or whatever. Yeah,
90s Lola,
90
yeah.
90s tune, Space Jam.
Well, the shields made it too much like Smash Brothers. Like before, it had its own distinct identity. The shields was a stupid idea.
Oh, this win is mine.
I mean, the game survived longer than Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Battle for the Grid only survived like about a year and a half. This game originally came out in 2022, and then it like lasted for, what was it, like 4 or 5 months in 2022, and then it came back in for a full year from May of 2024, and then to May of 2025. So it had about a almost 2-year run, almost. Yeah, she throws the basketball just like LeBron James a little bit. She has 2 basketball moves, so she's kind of like a clone character a little bit.
Oh, thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Hi, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Good job, Blue.
That kind of tickles.
I like her air kicks though.
Alright, someone was asking about Luke's opinion on the game dying, and I just put Luke's video in the chat.
Yep, I made
Why
a video on it.
Multiversus died. I just put it in the chat if anyone wants to watch. Thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dude, says Amber. It's Brawlhalla from Ubisoft. Yu-Gi-Oh! Said Brawlhalla had Street Fighter, Rayman, WWE, Lara Croft, Assassin's Creed, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh! You're breathtaking.
Appreciate that, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Thank you, Gamer25. That's very kind. You guys were the best players of Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Guess it's time to fight.
Yeah, so Luke said his thoughts on that video.
I did.
So, yes, DC Universe Online did get an update version for PS5 and Xbox Series S and X.
Interesting.
14 years old. It is 14 years old.
Wow.
I remember long back with the 2009 Kwings stream, DC Universe Online, how I found their channel back in the day, says Nathan.
Ah!
Thanks, Nathan. Oh, I wikied Brawlhalla up. Okay, thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Special damage.
I'm so glad you found us through that, Nathan.
Okay, that is cool.
Job, Blue.
Yeah, okay, Lola Bunny is the better new character. I like Aquaman, but Lola is pretty cool. She reminds me of Captain Falcon a little bit. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you won.
Lola's fun. She's really fun.
We can't play it now because our copy didn't work, so we can't, and it won't come for a month.
We didn't order another one because it's $80 for another one.
We were just having a poll based on the games we had.
No, the poll was we were choosing our next series because I looked at 4 games that I own, and I still own those games. The problem is the GameCube version, which is the only version we had, because I could have swore that they released the game digitally. But they never did, apparently. Because they have Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 digitally on Xbox. But they don't have Sonic Heroes. Maybe there's some type of rights or licenses tied up. I don't know. But that was a 2003 GameCube game. So when I was looking at games like Fantastic Four and Sonic and Shadow, I have all those games. The problem is the disc of, like, the Sonic game is all messed up. And then the copy that we have of Shadow the Hedgehog is on PS2, I believe. Which our PS2 is dead, so not much we can do about that. Oh my gosh.
Good job, Blue. Hey, you won.
Okay, you can...
Okay.
It's still not going to let me... I tried to do a special damage, but it didn't let me do it.
The
Weird.
Marvel fans have been eating well, says Huey.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool movie, X-Men, Fantastic Four getting revivals,
Mm-hmm.
and of course Marvel Rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Brawlhalla still has world championships, says Yu-Gi-Oh dude.
Oh, I would believe it.
Sure, Blake, and I don't mind if you say a comment in the stream as long as it's not something like hard that I have to go look up and figure out for Luke. I was just suggesting, like, if you guys really need an answer to your question that's important, you can always leave a comment. It might be easier to answer there, but you can always ask it here too. But I might not always see it, but you can definitely ask it.
It's okay. I don't know. When they act like that, sometimes they have to go to the vet, though. 'Cause that means there might be an issue. You emptied it?
Good job, Blue.
Oh my goodness. Haha. Yeah, she's basically like LeBron James meets Captain Falcon almost. What's her up attack? Oh, she does like a dunk? I mean, I did all special damage. It's probably not going to work. Oh, it finally did work. Okay. Well, that's fun. Amber went to sleep. Okay, so let's see. What do we got? Samurai Jack. Back to the past. Nope. Nope. Did that one. Do 100 attack damage, ignite an opponent. Excuse me. Hit down special. I think we can do that. Yeah, Lola. Lola, Lola, Lola. You have a doctor's appointment tomorrow? I hear you.
Guess it's time to fight.
Well, it looks like I'm going to be starting Arkham on time tonight. That's cool.
Yeah, this shouldn't be too hard.
I like her moveset a lot. Can't really hear her voice very much, though. So I don't know, guys. I might do like every once in a while, like a stream on this, like just trying to finish the final battle pass and things like that. But I mean, there's no more microtransactions at all. That means there's not going to be any new skins. There's really not a lot going on. But I mean, Lola's really fun to play. It's a shame that she didn't come out until the end of the game. I still say that she would have done a lot better than Marceline and some of those other characters because, like, more people are familiar with Lola Bunny than they are Marceline. Especially people from my generation and the generation before me. People remember Lola as, like, that 90s heartthrob, you know? 3 side attacks. Oh, 3 hit down specials. Oh, okay, I should probably do that. And she's a bruiser, this one? She is a bruiser? Huh.
Guess it's time to fight.
I'm sure a lot of people would have purchased Lola Bunny skins and stuff like that. Very certain. Because Lola has a reputation, whether you want to admit it or not. What kind of reputation? A lot of people have been doing stuff to poor Lola since the 90s. But she has a huge fan base of people that just love Lola Bunny. Part of that is because the actress who played Lola had just that, femme fatale voice. Just made the character, even more of a heartthrob, so to speak. And the fact that she's basically a clone of Bugs, LeBron James, and some other characters, they could have gotten her out pretty quick compared to doing Marceline and Nubia and some other people. It is what it is. But you have to remember with, like, Warner Brothers, it's not my first rodeo. Like, Warner Brothers, this is not their first screw-up. They've been screwing things up in the game industry for over 10 years. They've made so many mistakes. I can't even keep count of all the mistakes WB makes. Instead of calling themselves Warner Brothers, they should just call themselves Warner Disappointment. Because think of all the times, all the different games, all the TV shows, and films, they're very disappointing. The one time I was actually proud of them about Multiversus, they don't even let the game last a full year before they cancel it. It's like, what? I don't know, I kind of give up with them. Oh, that's a cool move. That's her neutral? That's her neutral special? Oh, wow. I think she's better than LeBron now. I don't know. I'm not a LeBron player, but I like her moveset. I just don't like her down special. It's like Bug's down special, except it's got a bigger range.
Hey, you won.
Taunt before the match ends? Didn't I just do that? Dodge attacks, ring out, all that other stuff. Grab an enemy with what? I don't know what that means. Hit up attacks, hit up air attacks with tank. So that's Aquaman stuff. Okay. Alright. Well, I think we've exhausted everything that we can. Let's go to the main screen and see what Aquaman sounds like. You like Warner disappointment? Yeah.
If Batman doesn't have a plan to get out of here, I'm sure he'll think of one soon. Need something? If Batman doesn't have a plan to get out of here, I'm sure he'll think of one soon. Quite the crew that Rain Dog has lined up here. Can't let the surface dwellers have all the fun. Can't let the surface dwellers have all the fun. Need something? Any idea where I could find the nearest ocean? Can't let the surface dwellers have all the fun. Any idea where I could find the nearest ocean? I met another me who seemed to have some, let's say, anger issues.
Jason Momoa?
Can't let the surface dwellers have all the
Someone
fun.
who has anger issues? So, did he run into Jason Momoa? Is that what he's hinting at?
If Batman doesn't have a plan to get out of here, I'm sure he'll think of one soon.
Alright, let's go to Lola.
Pick a character.
Where was Lola Bunny? There she is. Don't call me doll.
This is gonna be fun. Us toons aren't really fazed by stuff like this. Wow, this roster just keeps getting bigger.
Not anymore!
If these chumps think they can beat me, they're in for a rude awakening. Let's get on that grind set. Us toons aren't really fazed by stuff like this. Us toons aren't really fazed by stuff like this.
Does she not say her line?
Canon, not canon, who really cares in the end? Yeah, it's not my first crossover. I did the whole serververse thing. Yeah, it's not my first crossover. I did the whole serververse thing. Wow, this roster just keeps getting bigger, huh? Huh? Oh, you scared me. I try not to look at the internet too much.
Oh, I hope she was gonna say, don't call me doll.
Yeah, it's
Darn!
my first crossover. I did the whole serververse thing. I try not to look at the internet too much. Canon, not canon, who really cares in the end? Canon, not canon, who really cares in the end?
Arkham fans, but that's besides the point.
Huh? Oh, you scared me. Huh? Oh, you scared me.
Man, they don't have the line. Don't call me doll. Ah. Oh, well. Well, there you go, people. I mean, this stream got 1,000 views, so I'll be doing another Multiversus stream probably this week as we grind through the Battle Pass. Maybe some of you guys will show up for that. Maybe you won't. I'll be playing as Lola Bunny next time, though, because I really like Lola. Next up is Arkham. Arkham will be starting up at 9:15, a little bit earlier today, because this stream did phenomenally well, believe it or not. So your streams tomorrow so far will be TMNT Splintered Fate, the new DLC for Casey Jones. More Dynasty Warriors, followed by Arkham, and I believe there's an Ultimate Selects. Tonight is Arkham and then a mystery game. What will the mystery game be? You'll have to tune in to find out. I don't know. I'm going to do something crazy, I'll tell you that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys and gals. And I will see you on Arkham. You'll be redirected. So more Multiverses is going to happen on this channel. If you want to know my thoughts on Multiverses being dead, you can hit up my uploaded video called Why is Multiverses Dead? And hang out over there. Really helps if you guys watch the uploads as well. And I'll be doing another Multiverses video this week. Characters I wanted to see in Multiverses. A 10-minute video discussing characters I wanted, like Daffy Duck. And I actually got most of the characters I wanted, actually. I'll have to really think about it. Ben 10, maybe Gandalf. Gandalf! I don't know. Alright, see you on Arkham. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll be back.